The clean out. What it means in my world. Listen to this. Joshua Becker, a renowned author in the areas of declutter and minimalistic living, said that the first step in crafting the life we want is to get rid of everything we don't. Amazing, right? Anyhow, welcome, my lovely audience, to another of the Hope Ignites Healing podcast with your host, Dr. Lillian Kaliisa, a space where speaking everything holistic health and healing. And in this season, we are speaking clean out. That is, we're cleaning out our minds, our bodies, and our spaces for holistic health and healing. This week, we're talking the clean out, what it means in my world. I'll tell you why. Now, I have taken a breather from the usual, allowing my audience to see a little deeper into my world of holistic health. Now, there have been some questions in my DM and personally on how it is that I have come up with the things that I teach about in this season. I'm here to tell you, and as usual, I will start at story time. See, yes, I am a clinician, proudly a family physician with a bias towards women's health. You may know and you might not, maybe, if you're meeting or hearing me for the first time. But more specifically, I have grown into an expert in holistic health and especially healing, supporting you to get exactly that in your life. Now, I have not always been like this. I will tell you that my world turned literally upside down in all the experiences that you can imagine being a woman, climaxing into the loss of my dear father, my hero, about 2.5 years ago. One that I describe as no ordinary dad, and I have told about those details again in this same space. This led my world to crumbling down, not just from grief and depression, but from resultant physical disease processes that came from that not so good a memory time. Oh, that memory. If it wasn't for this space and encouraging a lady that you can heal, it's a story that I would not want to reminisce, except for, of course, it helps me to think about my dear father. Anyhow, my world was so similar to many of the patients that I treat and serve on a daily, that are usually having physical disease processes that are stemming from a place of mental illness, emptiness, and sleeplessness at night. Now, I realized through my own story and that of my patients that we, especially women, I will speak for you, lie awake at night, sucking it in. Different things are causing us to break all around us. And things around us are being built on our wings while we are crumbling. And this has resulted into the diseases that we face, especially the female-related illnesses that come from a place of things unsaid and dealt with and things that we keep bottling in. We need to breathe. So through my own journey of finding answers to this mystery, I discovered that when I redefined my health to not merely having a disease and having a clean doctor's report, I was redefining health in its entirety. That is true and authentic health. And guess what? I will tell you that is exactly how WHO described it a few centuries ago, that it's a state of complete emotional, physical, and social well-being, and not merely not having a disease. I started on that journey exactly the way it is. And I remember that in medical school, the description of health, according to WHO, was a joke. We joked about it and were like, WHO must have been having a cup of tea when they passed this joke. Because come on, who is healthy? Anyhow, in that time, health made sense. My healing was in perspective. My father wasn't returning, no. My pains were not erased, no. The memory of them was not gone. But I found that healing is a lifestyle, and that if I lived in it daily, I was alive. I was well. I had hope. And I was healed. And I could hold another lady's hand and show them the journey. Now again, medicine and health is my daily satisfaction. It's my daily gratification. Now I could see meaning in my purpose here on earth, that is helping women like me to redefine their health, that is true and authentic health. And you will probably wonder, and how was I going to do this, or how did I do it? Through what I call the CSC method. That is not just cliche, but it's scientifically proven. And guess what? It's not just that. I was the first case study to it. Hang on, I will tell you about it. C was call it out. I called out my pain. I gave it a name. Some was through therapy. I spoke to someone that was more professional than I. Some was through self. I learned to journal and brain dump. Things that I have talked about in this space. Daily affirmations enabled me to disarm this pain and give it a name. Spiritual and emotional connections was part of my calling it out, because I sat deeply with my spirit and dealt and named this pain and dealt with it. And the S was to step out. Why was I not swimming anymore? Why was I not riding? Why had my life changed? Simply to get accustomed to the daily hustle and moving on, satisfying everyone around me minus myself. I stepped out. I love to swim. I love to ride. I like to dance. I started to do this, and guess what? As I did that, I breathe. Even for just 20 minutes, my cells were happy. Days I will tell you where I have not stepped out, where I have not done these things, are as clear as black and white. The difference is so significant between the days I have and the days I haven't. There you go with the S. And the C is community. I'm talking about you, my tribe, and many other groups of women that I have since joined. Look, as my pain was surrounding the ones that I loved the most, I felt the dad's loss most because I loved him so deeply and he loved me back even more. I healed by finding spaces where I shared love, where I shared that which I felt had been stolen from me, had been taken from me by loving on others. So I have found that in being in communities of women, being in communities of caring for women, patients, has enabled me to share that gift of love, and in the process found my healing. So my communities are communities where I share love. So we go into the question. Every week I tell you about clean out. We are in the season of clean out. How did that happen? The theme for this year and the season is clean out. How have I applied this in my own life personally? I've spoken a little about it at the beginning of the year when we started at episode 1, but I will tell you that on this journey, I have sought lots of information through reading, listening, watching, coaching, and being mentored. So I am more intellectually and even emotionally aware more than I have ever been in my life. Why? Again, because I tell you that holistic health is a lifestyle that I have chosen to walk in on a daily, especially the part that deals with healing. So it's a lifestyle of healing. And because of my deep emotional and spiritual nurturing that I have gone to, I have connected the most with the power within, and that is the power of the Holy Spirit. So this year, his instruction was very clear: to clean out. I will tell you that one of my mentors among the many, called 𝗖𝗹𝗲𝗄𝘁, has taught that her journey started in the same way. She was instructed to clean up and clean out. And she always says the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Now, I did not fit in the old spaces anymore when I started on the journey of the lifestyle of healing. So if I was to serve you, my ladies, I had to clean out. But mine wasn't a basic, ordinary clean out, rubbish, throw out dust, but it was one geared in the field that I love, and that is health, and especially holistic health. Therefore, leading to the holistic clean out that I talk about, cleaning out your mind, That's where it all starts. Cleaning out your body. Remember the step out when I told you I step out every day and breathe as my body cleans out? And then my spaces. Remember, I just told you Terry says, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And like I told you at the beginning, the first step in crafting the life you want is to get rid of everything you don't. So if I am to run this movement and serve you, my ladies, I have to clean out my closest movement first. And that is my immediate spaces before I go for the bigger spaces that God has prepared for me. I don't know if you guys have heard about what John Maxwell writes. He once said that the secret of your success is determined by your daily routine. So I resolved to change not my year, my month, but my daily practice, my daily routine, hence the clean out that I talk about every week. So I will tell you one, I resolved. That is, I instructed my mind. And like I've told you in this space, the power of resolve, I brain dump on a daily to clear my mind and allow for a healthy and acceptable cognitive load within. That is guiding my daily practice as well as my planning for everything I have dumped. Look, I fail sometimes, but because of the power of resolve, I know that I have tomorrow to try again, for it is a lifestyle ahead and not a one goal score. And every day is compounding into tomorrow. 2, my most important habits to achieve the ultimate goal of holistic health and healing have a minimum of 20 minutes every day. On a daily, to build up that ideal goal of a lifestyle of healing, I make it a daily habit that the core most activities in my holistic health and healing have 20 minutes of every day. Activities like spiritual nurturing and emotional fulfillment, physical activity, and to this, cleaning out my body. I have since embraced fasting, intermittent fasting for purposes of health and holistic healing. And that's one thing I taught about in the last couple of weeks, where fasting is that miracle that will happen to the natural healing of your body. Now, if I start to talk about fasting, I will need another podcast. But listen, my audience, I promise I will come back and tell you the benefits personally of what fasting has done to my holistic health and well-being as a whole. My, oh my, you brace yourself for it. And then the other is social. Look, I read and add knowledge in my field on a daily. I spend times with the ones I love on a daily because that is my social well-being. I declutter on a daily, for I have taught you in this space that decluttering heals the mind when we do it. Either we are decluttering our spaces, our phones, the things that are intimate to us. Look, even financial well-being is part of the social well-being, and on a daily, I have intentional investing into my financial future that I so desire. And then finally, I have embraced journaling. Now, journaling to me is a documentation of the journey of your life. Journaling should ideally be done anywhere and everywhere, especially if you're walking in the lifestyle of holistic health and healing. Now, I'll tell you that in medicine we are taught and we teach others that what is not written or documented was never done. But better still, the good book in Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that they may run with it, they that see it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end of it all, it shall speak, and it will not lie." And the verse goes on. Really, do I need to say anything more about journaling? And I'll tell you this one thing, that the distance between your dream and its accomplishment is your pen and paper. So journal it. So daily, I choose to live in the lifestyle of healing. Even as I practice medicine, the mind holds the key to our healing and being healthy. So I need my mind to be told to be in the right place. So health to me is not just not having a disease. It is a state of complete emotional, physical, and social well-being. And I wake up on a daily, purposefully resolving to live in that lifestyle. So I want to invite you, my ladies, to join me in one of the daily journeys I make. I instruct my mind. I affirm my mind on a daily so it knows what to do for me. Listen, join me on this one. It's pretty long, but hang on, let's walk through it together just so you have an idea of the power of this mind and our affirmations. I am healthy. Come on, join me. I am healthy. I am healed. Even when I might not feel it, I instruct my mind to embrace healing today and every day. Holistic health in my mind, in my body, and in my spaces is in my DNA. I take it today and I walk in it. I embrace beauty. I am a masterpiece of what God intended it to be. My body is a display of holistic health, and I will support it to transform towards that by making the right choices for healthy living. I am filled with wisdom and God-inspired ideas that produce great success for me. The lifestyle of healing is mine, and I live in true and authentic health today. The people God has placed in my life are extremely blessed and favored to have me be a blessing to them. For I am exactly that. For I add the glow to medicine in everything I do. And that's your girl. That's your host, Dr. Lillian Kaliisa. And this is how I walk in the lifestyle of healing. This is how I do my clean out in the year 2023. And above all, this is what I describe as the lifestyle of holistic health and healing. And I'm here to add the glow to medicine. I'll see you next week as we delve more into our clean out for holistic health. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.